the whole point is to create a community. I want these guys to be friends with each other and then go hang out outside of Coach Julie and have a friendship in a community, right? I want you to go away. I want you to go have a martini, cry in your car, do whatever you need to go. You get space for 3 hours. Like, I can't imagine being a mother and to be a special needs mother on top of that. I feel like God put me here to help the moms. So I'm very
Welcome, everybody, to the sound. I'm Donna. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm so excited for you to meet our guest today, Coach Julie. I've been waiting to speak with her. I'm so excited. But
Thank
before
you.
we do that, I just want to remind you, please hit the like button, that thumbs up button, share, comment, you subscribe because it helps us to get the word out to others about this podcast, but also about the people that I'm interviewing. The whole point of doing the sound, which is the name of our podcast, is to interview people who are making a sound in the earth
I
today
like
and
that.
making a sound that makes a difference because we all know there's all kinds of sounds out there that are
That's right.
negative and yeah, not so good, but we want to release a good sound. And so when I bring people on, I'm bringing them on to share their stories and to just to bring some encouragement and hope, kindness to others around the world. So please help us to do that. And you can do that by getting us up in the algorithm by liking comics, putting in all that stuff. So anyway, Coach Julie, welcome to the sound.
Howdy.
It's so nice to meet you. Julie and I, this is the first time we're meeting,
Yep.
and I've been kind of watching what she does, in the background on social media. And I have a special heart for the things that she's doing, and I'm going to let her tell you about that because, well, she has the thing that I see that you're doing, and you can fill us in more, is you have this social club for special needs uh, children, adults. You can tell us more about that. But I have a special heart for that because years ago, that's what I did. I went to school, and that was my concentration in adapted PE and taught dance. And some of the best moments of my life were with my special needs kids. And so it's just an amazing thing. So, Julie, tell
Yes.
us. Tell us about what you do. Tell
Okay.
us a little bit about you.
Sure. Thank you so much for the opportunity. You've been so gracious. I knew I wanted to interview with you because you're great energy online. And so thank you so much for the opportunity, first of all. Um, yeah, to speak to what right now you're currently speaking of is the social club. So this July will be 3 years of the social club we've been running here it's actually in Doylestown, Plumstead Township at a park. I am on the board of the park and rec there in the Plumstead Township. And when I found this facility, I'm like, I need this for my guys. And luckily it was available. And so basically we meet once a week for 3 hours. We dance, we sing, we play games, we eat. I'm really big on music, so I love that you said dance. Like, I love to dance, I love to have music. My professional title is an FOF, which is a facilitator of fun. This is what God gave me the gift to do. I'm here to make sure everybody's having fun.
Love
So I'm
that. I
really
love
big on this
that.
event of putting a microphone in everyone's hand. So I have a really big Snoop boom box and a microphone. And, I just want everyone to have their voice heard. So I'm really big on putting the mic in your hand. You can sing, you can dance, you can whatever you want, but everybody's going to get their opportunity and we're all going to give you respect and pay attention and participate. Um,
See, this is why I
yeah.
know that I had to have you on because just what you just said there was giving everyone a voice.
hmm
And that is what, what I'm trying to also do with the
hmm
sound and in other areas of my life and the things that I'm doing as well. And so I just love that, giving everyone a voice. And
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I found you didn't really have to really encourage them too much to take that mic, right?
Yeah. No, everybody wants the microphone. Everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to have their moment. And I'm going to give you that moment every Thursday with me. Like, it's going to happen. And I have millions of ideas to expand this in other ways. The social club has been so popular that I've been getting requests from up in Bethlehem and as far as Yardley. And so we're trying to start some little pop-ups out there to maybe expand the social club. Um, but
Yeah.
in addition to doing the social club, I also do adapted swim lessons, and I'm a NASM certified personal trainer, and I work only with adults with disabilities. So all I do is special needs everywhere I go. And yeah, it fills me with an immense amount
Wow.
of joy. Yeah.
So tell us, how did you find this path in life? How did you get to where you are today?
Yeah, it's funny. Everyone always assumes, you have someone in your family with a disability, and I don't. Um, I I love having fun. I love playing sports. And I just feel like people are miserable. And I'm like, how do I be happy in life? And, I'm an artist as well. I love music. I do music. But, to make it as an artist is like winning the lottery. So I still create, I still do music. But I'm like, how can I, support myself and not sell my soul and still be happy? And I had the wonderful opportunity of being introduced to it. I was actually studying abroad in in undergrad, and I was in Amsterdam. And someone I met there invited me to a premiere in LA of a movie that was done between people with and without disabilities. Well, this was in 2008. I went to a red carpet premiere in LA of this amazing movie. My life changed. I stayed for the after party, met everybody, became a part of that organization for a decade, wrote my master's thesis on it. And it's a camp in Vermont, specifically. They form lifelong friendships between people with and without disabilities. They focus on theater plays, on ski camps, all sorts of stuff. And because of this main camp, they have offshoot camps in Florida and Guatemala. So I have been everywhere doing I've been to Guatemala, Vermont, Florida, Cali. I'm from California. Um, and now where I'm in Pennsylvania, taking that 15 years of experience. Yeah, I mean, it changed my whole life. I had my undergrad in kinesiology and then already, and I'm like, wait, normal PE is not fun, but adapted PE. And I'm like, no, that's fun because that
And
challenges me. Every day's different. I get to use my imagination. Every day we play soccer, it is a different game of soccer. And I love that. And I switched. I went into to get my teaching credential, and then I realized maybe school isn't where I should be because I don't like rules and I like freedom and play. And so I had a professor say, go into recreation. So then I got my master's in recreation administration, and I helped develop the camp in Guatemala and write the business plan. And the goal is ultimately for me to have my own camp here. And I want to do it in a way, which is how this other camp did it, is nobody pays. So nobody pays to volunteer, no one pays to go to camp. Because
wow.
if you think about our friends with special needs, they're around their family or their caregivers most of the time. And that means everyone around them is being paid to be there. So what's beautiful about this model is that when I can get to it, is that you're choosing to be there. I mean, obviously, I choose this. I want to do this. There's a million other things I could do to make money in life, but I do this for the complete joy and love that I get from it.
Wow.
But it's really a blessing to think about giving our friends with disabilities someone in their life that's like, no, I want to hang out with you. I like you. We have fun together. Let's go play a game together. We're all choosing to be there, and that I love that model. And so, I'm working towards my nonprofit. We get funding, we get donations, and then I can have a summer camp like I've been a part of. My
That,
dream is to have my own here in Pennsylvania. So that's the
wow.
goal.
That is
Um,
so amazing. I mean,
yeah,
see now it's so amazing because we don't know each other, but I've, you know how you just connect with people,
yep,
even online, you can connect.
sure.
And when you're saying how you went to school and me too, I did the same thing. It's first of all, it took me forever to get through my bachelor's,
Same.
but I had started my business before, while I was going to school. There's a whole long story about that. But I was the same way. It was like, I don't think teaching in this school is going to be
No,
for
I think I would have been
me.
fired. I wouldn't have made it.
It
Because of
wouldn't have
you.
been, yeah. And so I love that you, and you know what? you get to use your creativity.
Yeah.
You said you're a musician. Tell me about that. What do play an instrument? You
No,
sing?
I'm a writer. I'm an MC. I guess I'd like to say I'm a poet to a beat. Beatnik poet would be more apt to say that than a rapper because a rapper has such a connotation to it today. But
Yeah.
yeah, I grew up on hip hop, and
Uh-huh.
I love, but I'm very much nothing that you hear in hip hop is what I rap about. Like I'm very different, and
Yes.
so I'm never gonna make it to mainstream hip hop by any means. Um, but yeah, I love to express myself, and I fancy myself a writer, and so I put that through music because I believe music is like the number one way that we connect with everyone on planet Earth. And I've witnessed that with my folks with autism and nonverbal. We all can dance, we all can feel the beat. And that's why I love music to spread messages because it's so pervasive for
Yes.
everybody. Yeah.
Yes, it is the universal language,
Yep.
right? That and dance. I
Yes, agreed.
love that.
Yep.
Well, wow, that whole camp idea. We have to talk
Yes.
more.
It's gonna happen.
Um,
I'm
it's
already I know what I need to do. I'm just taking the steps.
yeah. So take us through like a typical night of your
Sure.
social day, your social club.
Yeah, tonight's actually I have social club tonight. So we start at 4. Everyone shows up. We're of course we wait for everybody, right? Everyone's timing is going to be different. So about 4:15 when everyone's there, we go for a walk around the park. Depending, it might be raining today, but it's a beautiful park. They have baseball fields, basketball courts. So as the weather gets nicer, we actually get to use the park. But I always want to I'm obviously as a physical trainer and an athlete, like I want you to move every day and I'm gonna help you move. So we always go for a walk, let everybody lead, have a nice talk, come back. We typically play a game. Everyone loves bingo, and what's really cool about us doing bingo is I can get some of my guys who don't want to participate, they participate if they get to be the caller, right? If they get to be the one calling the bingo. And the way my sit like the bingo thing is it's so people don't understand like the the detail that goes into that from them having to twirl that alone, to pick that ball up, the dexterity, to read that number, clear voice, find where I put that 56 back in there. Like to me, I'm like, no, this is really, we're not just playing bingo. You don't understand what's happening right now. And then
Yeah.
for my guys focusing, like, can I find in 38, on the board? And obviously we have aides and we help everybody, but um,
Just to speak to that bingo
yes.
part, I'm a caregiver for my mom
Right.
has dementia,
Hmm.
and I had taken her to the local community center a couple of times to play bingo.
Yeah.
It is amazing how we think, we're so used to doing things that come automatically to us,
Yep.
right? But breaking it down, like you said, into those steps,
So many steps.
it's wow, it was really an eye opener for me. And plus, my mom also has trouble with her hands, like numbness in her hands.
Exactly.
So for her to pick up the
Yep.
chips,
Yep.
and
That's a fine motor skill to be able to do that.
yeah,
That's really hard for a lot of my guys. So when we get to create an environment where we're going to be patient, no one's going to be like, we're playing bingo. Fine, we're chilling, but we're going to give you that opportunity. And um, yeah, and I love to find a way to get everybody involved. I'm not going to let you sit on the corner and play on your phone, right? This is
mm,
I'm very big. That's also I'm very big on put your phone down for these few hours together and connect with the human across from you. Which is really hard for a lot of our guys. Like I'm a phone cop. There's a lot of, but
we all
luckily
need that. We
you're
all need
right.
that.
Amen. I need it. But my parents that have been working with me, I mean, right now my crew is almost like solid. It's the same 5, 6 people who stay with me, and then we're getting more and more added. I never go over 10 people. My ratio is 1 to 5.
Okay.
Sometimes it's even better than that. I want to give you attention. I'm not running a mill here. I'm not just trying to
Mm,
collect a check. I'm trying to engage with you. I want to make your life better. I want when your child leaves me that they feel good about themselves, they're happy, they're empowered, and hopefully a little tired and have a good sleep that night. That's my goal.
yeah.
Um,
What are the ages? Do you have certain ages?
Well, yes, this one specifically I do is for adults.
Okay.
So, but in this scenario, I will let someone like 16 plus come. Um, but the point of me focusing mainly on adults is because the law stopped serving them at 22, 23, right?
Yes.
And now he's a 24-year-old man with autism. He still needs help. He still needs services. He still needs community. And they all get dropped because they're not children. And Coach Julie's here to swoop you up. That's what I want to do because um, it's just so heartbreaking to think about how many of our guys are just like in front of a TV all day or alone or in a group home and they have no socialization. Everybody wants friends. Everybody wants to have fun. Everybody wants to go for a walk and have a slice of pizza. And I'm just
And
so
somebody
committed.
beyond the family, I think
Yeah,
I did,
exactly.
I did actually refer somebody to you. I don't know if they ever came, college age, but
Thank you.
you know, moms especially, because a lot of times dads are working or dads, or just they're the person, they're the advocate all their
Yeah,
lives,
yeah,
and so that becomes their world. And
yeah.
if you don't get outside of that,
Hmm.
they're missing so much. So you're
Yeah.
doing such an amazing service with them.
It feeds me, I feel like, I'm happy. I figured out how I could be the
Yes.
best me. And because I put me first, I have such a full cup to give to you, right? And I
Yeah.
just feel like so many people don't do that. I realized very young that I could not be miserable and just do a job for money. There's
Mhm.
lots of things I could do just for money, and I just could not. And I was like, how do I figure out life? And when I was in a room full of people with disabilities, like I just love the honesty. You don't want to
Yeah.
talk to me anymore? Walk away. Good. Done. Julie, you smell today. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. I'll go get a mint. But just like there's no pretense in this community. I like you or I don't. I'm bluntly honest and I just respect that so much. Like, let's not waste each other's time. Let's be as real as we can so we can have the most authentic friendship and relationship we can have?
That is so, so true. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so fulfilling.
Wow. So and you do take up, so do you have a waiting list of people, or how do people, do you find that they're consistent, or
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
do they sign up? Do they have to register for so many weeks or just weekly?
Right. So, I get my clientele and I need to be flexible. So, yes, I have a website, coachjulie.info, info. It's not .com because that was a $3,000 website and coachjulie.info was $2. So maybe
And
when I get up,
we'll definitely have that, all the info for contacting Julie below. Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, so I have a main website. I also have a Facebook page, Coach Julie. Um, So, like I said, we're at a 10 cap. I have 7 in the club right now. So I have 3 spaces open in my specific one in at the park in Plumsteadville. But like I said, we're expanding to Bethlehem and Yardley. Um, so that will be opened up for those 2 spaces. And again, everyone will always be a 10 max because I want to keep it small. The whole point is to create a community. I want these guys to be friends with each other and then go hang out outside of Coach Julie and have a friendship and a community, right? Like I'm just facilitating this.
Yeah.
Um, but to
Have
answer your
you,
question, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead, because I
You
have
can
another.
um you can we're I have like 20 Thursdays left, I think, in the year. We basically do every season I do fall, spring, summer, right? Every season we have a camp. I have a club. It's $75 a Thursday, so it's $25 an hour with a 1 to 5 ratio. I'm huge on mom and dad not being there. This is a respite for mom and dad. I want you to go away. I want you to go have a martini, cry in your car, do whatever you need to go. You get space for 3 hours. Like, I can't imagine being a mother and to be a special needs mother on top of that. I feel like God put me here to help the moms. So I'm very big on no, mom, you're not here. If they need a one-on-one, that it has to be provided. But beyond that, we got you.
Mhm.
75 a session. You can do 1, you can do 10. If you do 10, I'll definitely give you a discount. I had 5 people buy the whole year right up front. So half my club was already full in January, but they've been working with me for years.
Hmm.
I'm also, like I said, a personal trainer at the YMCA in Doylestown. So I'm an amazing community there of all the special needs guys I get to meet there. So they've know I'm vetted and they've got to meet me. And so, but I do offer folks to come and try me out, have a test drive. So I have a guy coming tonight, actually from Lehigh Valley. They want to start, but my Lehigh Valley one hasn't started yet. So he's going to come down. I'm letting them come for absolutely free, right? Just to come
Yeah.
test it out. He might walk in and hate it and walk right out. I don't want to take mom $75 for that. So he's going to
Yeah.
come try it out, see if we drive, and then we'll go forward and they can sign up for as many as they want. And the only thing is, yeah, we max out at 10.
That's
But
amazing. So
yeah.
do you have a story? Have you ever had students that have found other friends within your group? That you know of that they continue to
Well, it's
do things?
happening right now, so we're pretty stoked about it. A couple of our friends, and they're so different, and they only know each other through my club, so it makes me so happy that I get to be the connector. Yeah, we have a young man right now, JP. He has autism, very social, has a wonderful family and a wonderful support system, and he's been connecting with another young man in the group, and they are starting to plan the outing that they will do together, which is amazing. So we get caregivers to talk, moms to talk. Um, Moms usually come early to talk to me before the club starts, and I do like everything I can to facilitate.
Yeah.
And in addition to the club, I am starting. Like a lot of people want to do the club, but they can't. They have dance on Thursday nights, and they can't make mine, but they want to hang out with Coach Julie. So we're gonna start doing just like one-offs. So
Mm.
one Saturday a month, we'll meet in Doylestown, go to a movie, go get some ice cream. Next Saturday, we might go bowling, what have you. I did this for a very long time in Long Beach as well too. We just had a Saturday social club group. But this one will be a little different because I can make it significantly cheaper because I'm not paying for a facility, right? I'm paying for this facility, I'm paying for the room, I'm paying for food, I'm paying for shirts. But if we just do these little one-offs, I can make it a lot more cost effective because with me, you can't use a waiver with me, right? I'm a independent gal,
Mm.
I'm not, you can't use these state waivers. And so for me, I am cost prohibitive for some people that are like, I can't drop 75 every Thursday for you, even if they wanted to, right? So
Yeah.
that's why I want to get to the position where I can get my own funding. I just want to pay my rent and eat a steak once a month. I'm not trying to get a Jaguar, right? So
I
I
hear you,
want to make
sister. I hear you.
I want everybody to come hang out with Coach Julie. So if I can get it where I'm funded, you're free, that's why that's the goal because I want everybody to be able to participate that wants to because and there's so many great programs for independent skills and life skills and what have you, but I want to have fun and I want them to know that when I'm not going to make you do math when you come hang out with me, we're going to sing and dance and have fun and you're going to be supported.
I do.
So
It's so important. I want to come. Can I come?
you're invited. I have had people come. I had an older couple come who like met me at a dance and they just showed up and danced with us all night and it was the most amazing. You are
When,
absolutely invited.
when you
I'll
get
let
to
you know
this
when the
area,
pizza
when you
party
come
is.
to this area, I will come visit one night.
I would love you to.
Well, Julie, you have so much energy. I absolutely love it. But do you ever get like, we can be in this kind of a mission. I call it a mission, and that's our calling. Do you ever get tired? Do you ever get weary? Do you ever think, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore? Do you
Oh
ever go
no.
through those times?
Oh no,
Okay.
no. I mean, of course I get tired and weary with life in general, but never with this mission. Like this is so clear and it's been so clear. I mean, I'm coming from like 17 years of clarity. Like I'm so grateful that at 30 I was like, okay, life doesn't have to be misery. I can be happy, make money, serve my community, do good in the world, and live. So, no. What else am I gonna do? This makes me so happy. All I want to do is more of it. I want us to ride
Yeah.
horses together. I want us to jump out of planes together. I want to have an adventure club where I take a group of people to Spain. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do more and more and more and more. It's never gonna be less.
That's so encouraging to hear, and I always try to encourage people, just if you're unhappy with your life, if you're just feeling that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, just take some time to just sit with yourself
Hmm.
and just reflect and what is it that really makes me happy? What is my heart telling me to do?
Yeah.
Because if we are doing that, if we're following our path to our purpose,
Hmm.
then what else is there? I mean, we're doing what we're
Exactly.
supposed to be doing. And
Yeah.
yes, like you said, there are circumstances in life. There are things in my life I wish was
Sure.
different, but it's just not at this point.
Right.
But it's so encouraging to speak with somebody like you and to receive that energy because there's so much outside, as we're talking that is so negative these days.
Right.
And people
It's just
need
too
to
much.
yeah, they need to
You don't
hear
have to
that.
participate. And that's the people I was like, you don't have to participate.
Exactly.
You can turn it off.
What if we did what we were supposed to do? Because I
Mhm.
totally believe we're each here for a reason.
Yes.
What if we all did what we were supposed to do?
Hmm.
There wouldn't be the problems that are going on.
Absolutely.
It's like, and or if
Happy people don't have time to hate. I don't have time to hate you. Even if I don't like what you're doing, I don't have time to hate you. I'm too happy. I'm too focused. I'm too
yeah.
busy. I have another action to take over here. I don't have time to go type hate to you. I, I scroll on by, or I walk on by, or I turn it off. And just to speak to what you said about what do we do if we're miserable? My number one recommendation to everyone is to go volunteer. Go volunteer for someone less fortunate than you. Go to old folks' home, go to a homeless shelter. I did so much homeless shelter, volunteer for homeless kids in San Francisco. I've every time in my life when I didn't know what to do, I volunteered somewhere with someone less fortunate with me. And it snaps you back into reality. They go, what the hell? Especially with people with disabilities. Wait, I can walk. I can wipe myself. I can feed myself. I can shower myself. I can get in my car right now and drive to the store. I don't need to ask anybody. Like when you see people living that life and they're frustrated because I have full-on adults, like their brain works, but their body doesn't, and they need an aid. And that is, man, I
Mm,
want to give that guy the best life that I can, what I can contribute. So
mm,
just having that perspective shift, like any day I'm like miserable, I'm like, I didn't need anybody to shower me today. And I know that's crazy for some people to have that perspective, but I've been a caregiver for someone and showered them and taken care of a 6 foot man who was paralyzed. Like
mm.
that is so intense. Like
Yeah.
we don't realize how blessed we are. And when we're someone less fortunate, we get great perspective. So it's so hard for me to just be like, everything sucks because it doesn't ever,
It doesn't.
even
Yeah,
when it does.
and I think gratitude is the key to that. You touched on that.
Absolutely.
If we just think that, hey, I'm breathing. I have breath in my lungs. My heart is beating. Okay, I maybe right now I can't do what I want to do or think I want to
Yeah.
do right now,
But you
but
have a chance.
start to be thankful for things that you do have and watch your mood change. Watch your
Yep.
life change.
Yep.
And so that's key. I think that is just so key
Yep.
in move and keep moving forward and knowing that you have a purpose and you're on your path, you're
Yeah.
it's your journey. It's not any, don't compare yourself to
Right.
other people,
Never.
you know. So what would you what are your do you have any needs right now as far as what you're doing? Like what can people how can they help?
I'm gonna have dreams.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
um well, I mean, I need funding, right? Funding is ideal, but like you want to write me a $10,000 check? That'd be great. My dream, I have so many dreams. I want to get, I think I mentioned to you I do music, right? So one of the things I do is I have a portable studio. So I have professional software. I know how to record. I have a professional mic. So I've gone to people's houses. I went to a young man's house with autism, and we recorded his favorite Beatles song. But then I have my engineer who's a professional mix and master, engineer can master the song, and then I can give you a high quality song, right? And if we made an original song together, I could even show you how to put it onto iTunes so your grandma in Idaho can download the song that we just did together, right?
Mhm.
So my point of setting that up is that I would love to have a van. Like this is a dream right here. And I'm wearing my Snoop Dogg shirt. Believe it or not, Snoop does a lot with special needs. Snoop has a special needs camp in California where he does a football league, and I am one of the coaches, and I've been one of his coaches for 5 years. So, um,
Wow.
my point was Snoop has this amazing van, and I was like, if I could turn that van into a recording studio, outfit the van because I want to roll up on my guys who can't leave their house, right?
Mhm.
Or don't have a ride and be like, you want to record a song? You want to have some fun? Roll up in the van, and have a studio. So like that's a big dream I have. If anybody wants to
Mhm.
donate a Sprinter van to me, I'd love to gut
Yep.
it and turn it into. I almost thought about using a horse trailer too, because there's so many horse trailers around. I'm like, maybe I could convert that, but spread
Yeah.
the message. That's the best thing you could do. If you know some adult with special needs who wants to have a community, send them my way. And I also do one-on-ones. I have less time for that now, but I do one-on-one personal training, one-on-one socialization. I have a young man who comes down from New York almost every weekend, and once a month we just go to the movies and go to lunch, and I take him to something that's happening. So just again to offer parents a respite, they can get me one-on-one or they can get me in a group setting.
So do you think is there a shortage of people doing things like you're doing? Like you're saying this young man's coming from New York to you.
Well, I shouldn't say it's not just for me. His family comes from New York every weekend to Pennsylvania to their Pennsylvania house. And
Okay.
I just had the opportunity to meet him at a farmer's market a few years back and said hi.
Mhm.
I'm always looking for my people. And so I just introduced myself. We got along really well. And then his family started hiring me
Okay.
um, to do it. But I would say that there's amazing programs in where my camp is or my club is in Doylestown. Doylestown is a hub. Doylestown YMCA has had a program there for always over 30 years for adults with special needs. The number one longest running program in the nation.
Wow.
TNS, the Next Step program, is in Doylestown. They just celebrated their 10-year anniversary. They're about to buy $1 million property and create like a living housing, work, and everything for people with disabilities. Like Doylestown is such an amazing hub. Um, but that's why, so I have a great community there to pull from. But that's why other folk like Bethlehem and Yardley and these outreach, like that's what I've been told. Like we don't have a program for fun. Like we have all these other programs, but where is just like fun and socialization specifically,
Right.
and not tied maybe to a sport, because not everybody wants to be on the baseball team, right?
Right.
So,
Well,
yeah,
yes,
I
and
think it's
that's your
a
and
definite
that
need.
yeah, that's the thing. That's your niche.
Yeah.
And it's so important. So yeah, yeah, I just love what you're doing. I'm almost speechless because I like there's
Thank
so much
you.
that you're talking about that we need to talk more.
I love it. I'm here. You got my number.
There's so much go like yeah, so much kind of common things, so many common things going
Awesome.
between, my brain is like, wow, yeah. So wow, it's amazing. So what would you say? Um, I don't know. I guess do you have anything that you would say to people to encourage them to get their children into a program like yours? Is how, or just some kind of what do you want to wrap up with?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess, we've talked about a lot here. I think it's super important when people are truly doing what they're meant to do. And so like I get a lot of love and sometimes it just feels a little weird because I'm just doing what feels good, and it's very selfish. I want to be very clear. I feel good doing this. I chose for this to be my career because I wanted to be happy in life. And I think a lot of people don't put themselves first. And I don't care how that sounds because I know when I put me first, I am the best coach Julie for your kids and
Mhm.
for the community. If like we touched on further, if I was running myself ragged, I'm not good. No one's good, tired and sleepy and hungry. And what I do is to deliver joy. So I have to be joyful. And that's nothing you can fake. Um, so I would say, taking care of yourself is how you truly serve everyone else around you. And I think a lot of people have that backwards. They serve everyone and then think about themselves. And I know as moms and caregivers, it's not that easy. So what I'm speaking of, I'm not saying is easy, but I'm saying it is so extremely important. And because I've done it, I think that I um, am truly able to give and serve like just so freely and endlessly because I'm doing what I want. And I think that's so important. And as far
Wow.
as our guys with special needs, this population is 600% more likely to be sedentary, to not move their bodies. Um, so many of them are so lonely, alone, 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 alone. And mom and dad and cousin and aunt cannot be their life. So give them a real community. Mom sometimes got to let that little bird fly, all right? And I'm not just a normal person, right? I have decades of experience. I can see I'm reading your kids' eyes, their face, their energy, their breath, like I am so in tune and I'm going to give them everything I can for them to grow, right? Like as a swim coach, my job is for you to not need me. As a personal trainer, I'm trying to get you strong enough to not need me. This social club is so you can have friends away from me, right? All I'm trying to do is facilitate a community and give them everything that I have to give and take them and whatever. Hopefully that pushes them to the next level of friendship, of confidence. I love hearing mom's text. I mean, it's the greatest reward I get is when a mom says, "Julie, thank you.
Mm.
My kid has never sung before or been happy, done this." I want to give you one story that is why I'm here. I started doing swim lessons in 2008 in my undergrad program, or I don't know what program it was, sometime in college. I had a young man in a swimming pool, and his mom goes, "Julie, he hates the water. I can't get him in the bath. Please help." I sang to that boy all summer in the pool. I did little raps, anything I could do to rap about how to swim. He grabbed my head, rammed it against the wall. Like it was a process. By the end of the summer, mom came to me and goes, "Julie, Carl took a bath for the first time." And she was crying. And I'm like, "Oh, well, this is what I'm doing with my life. Why would I do anything else? What monetary value could you give me that can compare to that feeling?" And that just solidified the deal. So when I can make a direct impact on that child's life and that mother's life, I'm set. I've won. I've won the day. So
That is
I hope that
beautiful.
helps.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So much you're saying there that are just like, wow. I mean, I've had to really, to the personal point of taking care of yourself first.
Yeah, it's
I've
hard.
had to I've always been one of those people. I always wanted to help people ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Always just for the
Yeah.
underdog. Always, do. And I'm still at 68, I'm still battling a little bit. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I've always done career-wise what I wanted to do,
Right.
pretty
Good.
much so, except for maybe one period of time in there. But to put myself first,
Yeah. It's
because
important.
I come from a background, I mean, the whole won't get into that, but of doing and doing things for others first and
Right.
being self.
What we're taught to as women, we're caregivers.
Yeah, and so but that is so man, that telling the story about that young man. I was going to say about the sound, about music.
Hmm.
I definitely want to be. This is one of the things that I also want to do with this channel is because I am really studying sound and healing,
Cool.
and I want to get some people on who can really talk and address that. It is amazing. I mean, every cell in our body vibrates and
Yep.
makes music, and so it doesn't surprise me that you singing to that young man brought that.
Yep.
And there's so much there's research, but there's not enough, and then
Right.
there's just so much with it.
Right. What's happening in our brain when we hear that?
Yes, yes.
Enlightenment.
So that is well, oh gosh, Julie, Coach Julie, this has been an amazing time with you. I know
Donna.
we're gonna we'll definitely have you come back.
Thank you.
You know, if you're doing something else and you want to talk about it, we'll
Thank you.
definitely, and we have to stay connected. We're going to talk more
Absolutely.
after this because there's so many things going on that I'd like to maybe collaborate with you
I would love to.
on
Thank
some
you.
things. And I'm definitely, when you're here in this area, I'm definitely coming again.
Yes, I will let you know. It's coming. It should be there. We should be there by the summer.
Okay, so any closing thoughts other than what you just told us? I mean, you have given us so much to really think about and so much joy coming across this screen. I
Yeah.
love it and energy.
Yeah, that's it. My motto is seek joy at all costs. And
Mm,
sometimes that might mean you lose a job, you lose a friend, but at the end of the day, can you look in the mirror and be happy? And I make that my ultimate goal.
yeah.
Some people might not like it, but I have to live with myself every day. And so that's my motto. Seek joy at all costs.
That's right. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much. We're going to put all of your contact info below.
Thank you.
I really am so thankful that we finally connected and got
Yes,
together
thank you.
today and wish you the best of what you're doing. And yeah, so everybody make sure again, share this. Please share this with your friends. Get
Yes.
the word out of the
Yes.
amazing work that Coach Julie is doing.
Thank
And
you.
don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. I don't know
That's
what's
right.
coming up next. Oh, I don't know what's coming up next. But anyway, all right. Have a
All
great
good.
day,
Thank
everybody.
you, Donna.
We'll see you again. Ciao.